There are 5 different themes that I tend to look at. The first one is around design. The second one is around delivery. Third is we get into environment. Fourth, vision. And fifth, influence. When your differentiation strategy is fully integrated, they're much more likely to talk about your offer with others. Hi, and welcome back. What is it about differentiation that makes it so important for your business? Obviously, it's something that you have to do to stand out from the crowd. But what is it that makes it valuable? My name's Michèle Soregaroli. I specialize in working with professional services providers specifically on your differentiated value proposition to help you really stand out from the crowd. So let's talk about the different elements of differentiation and why it's so important and so valuable for you to be thinking about it, not only for your own business success, but also in terms of your value proposition. When you start understanding the different components of differentiation, you can see how when you have the clarity of your unique skill set, the way you deliver, and the value that your clients experience, you can see how it starts to permeate all aspects of your business strategy, your execution, your client experience arc, the whole bit. So there are 5 different themes that I tend to look at when I'm considering a differentiated value proposition for you in your professional services offer, whatever that might look like. So there are basically 5 different areas where you want to be thinking about how differentiation can be expressed and also how it can impact your experience, your client experience, and also the general experience that you have through your work. What gives it meaning? So let's talk about those 5. The first one is around design. The second one is around delivery. Third is we get into environment. Fourth, vision. And fifth, influence. So what do I mean when I talk about those 5 themes? Let's talk about design to start with. Typically, when we think about design, we think about the design for our client experience. What is their experience of our work? There's another way to flip that. When you think about design in your professional services business, consider how you want your business to be designed such that you feel in full integrity and completely aligned with the way that you deliver value and the way that you experience your work. This can come down to everything around client avatar, what type of niche you're working in, how you structure your day and your week and your month and your quarter, the rhythms that you establish in support of your ability to be at your very best for your clients. What needs to be in the design and structure of your business and the internal workings of your business so that you are able to deliver your very best value. So that's really what design is all about. It's less about the client, if you will, and it's more about you're setting yourself up for success so that you are able to deliver. Things that I often see that are mistakes around the design component of a differentiated offer are things like the rhythm of the week, for example. There's not enough time for things to be associated around client delivery, planning, organization, administration, delegation, and all the things that it takes to run the business and also to keep yourself inspired. Design your business to serve you so that you can always operate at your best. Let's next look at delivery. What does delivery look like? Now that is the expression of your value and the way that you deliver value so that you are set up again for success. What is the delivery mechanism? What does the delivery rhythm need to look like? What is the focus of the delivery for your client experience, right? So now you're thinking about outside, but you're also creating a delivery experience that is consistent with your desire and ability to deliver value in that way. So the delivery of your value, the delivery of your services also needs specific design elements inside of it so that you are setting yourself up to be the best possible version of yourself for the benefit of your clients. So when we look at delivery, that's what we're looking at is how does the delivery need to be structured and designed so that you are delivering your best possible value and results. Next, we look at environment. Environment is very much underrated in terms of the impact that it has on your business. The environment in which you operate, it dictates how you feel about your work. It dictates the emotional experience that you have starting out your day. It dictates how easy your day flows. So environment is everything from the most obvious would be your physical space. Is your physical space structured in such a way that you can be as inspired and as productive as possible? Things that you want to be thinking about in your environment are as simple as the size and placement of your desk, assuming you have one. It may be as simple as the color of the paint on the walls. It could be where the garbage can is located, or where you find your inbox, or where your door is, or where the window is in relationship to the other parts of your setup. The environment in which you work is critical. That's the physical space. Now, there's also an environment that we don't really think about a whole lot, and that is the mental game, right? What is the mental environment that influences you? So things like the inputs and the data. What do you allow to influence your thinking? What kind of books do you read? What kind of news do you listen to? What kind of environment do you put yourself in mentally to support you to be your best possible self? So there's a physical environment, there's a mental environment, there's also more recently, in the last 20 years or so, there's also a technology environment. So how is your technology set up? And how is the workflow inside your technology in support of your client experience, in support of your ability to deliver your best work? So you've got a few different places to explore your environment. And the reason the environment is so important is because it has such a strong and very subtle influence on how you feel and the way you do your work, how you feel about it and the way you do it. So if you put more attention on how your environment is impacting you, whether it's a social setting, in your team setting, whether it's your physical space, your mental space, or your technology space, there's lots of different ways that your environment is impacting your ability to show up and be your best self for the benefit of your clients. That's environment. Now, what about vision? Now, how does vision relate to all of this? The vision is really the top of the mountain for you. The thing about vision that's most important is that you can see it. Vision could be called a BHAG, as is known by the Gazelles group and the group that does a lot of strategic planning for businesses. But BHAG, the big, hairy, audacious goal, it can be known as the top of the mountain for you. But whatever it is, your vision should be something that you can visualize. An example that I like to use very often as to give a sense of what your vision might look like is a very simple one that Bill Gates had when he first started off with Microsoft. He had a vision that there would be a computer in every home and on every desk. That's a very clear vision. He's able to see it. And this is the thing about a vision. When you're able to see it, you're able to track your progress towards it. You're able to give it a sensory and a very tangible outcome, right? So you know what your target is. The most valuable thing about your vision is that you can see it when it has been achieved. Something like an Olympic medal, for example, or climbing to the top of Everest. Or it might be, for your business, perhaps it might be having 7 different locations, for example, or it might be having global reach that you are able to that you're able to see and measure because of your offices or your teams where they work, right? Do they touch all the continents, for example? Anything that you can see and that is tangible is where a vision comes in is really, really valuable. The next thing we talked about was influence. Now, where influence is key is understanding how you want to have influence and where you want to have influence, with whom and in what way. Now, this can talk to everything from closer. Influence can be on in the inner circle, if you will, and keep that really tight to your immediate family. It can extend into extended family, to your team, to your clients, to your community, if you like. You can go as widespread or as global as you want. You can go universal if you want. You want to go into different planets. That's fine too. The point is the scale and scope of the desired influence. Who and how far and how many kind of thing. Now, all of these things have a direct relationship with how you differentiate your offer. Every single one of those themes impacts how you differentiate your business. And when you understand design, delivery, vision, environment, and influence, when you understand all of those and the key components inside of all of them, you have a much greater differentiated offer because you understand all the different themes and elements that are coming into it. So this is where differentiation, you can start with an idea of differentiation, how you want to differentiate, or you can flip it. If you're having trouble identifying how you want to differentiate, starting with differentiation per se, then you can start looking at instead those 5 themes and think about what they lead you to, right? How they are leading to a differentiated value proposition. If you think about the different things that are impacting your differentiation strategy. So these are very much, your differentiation can be your starting point, or the 5 themes can be a starting point, and you can blend towards them to create this value proposition that is very much in full integrity with a lot of substance, a lot of depth, and a lot of different access points to experience it in its fullness and give it the loyalty and the trust from your audience because they can see it in action everywhere, right? When your differentiation strategy is fully integrated, you immediately establish a much higher level of trust and a greater sense of loyalty. And obviously, people with that level of trust and confidence in the integrity and substance of your offer, they're much more likely to talk about your offer with others and refer you business as well and become gushing fans, as I like to say. So these are things to think about as you're considering how you want to differentiate your value proposition and really stand out in the marketplace. There are lots of different options and different entry points to get that process started. And of course, if this video has been valuable to you, I invite you to subscribe for more on our YouTube channel just here. And secondly, share this with those in your community that you think might benefit from this concept in support of creating a stronger value proposition. When we help our community thrive, we also thrive. So feel free and generous with sharing this content for those who you think will get benefit from it. Thanks for being here today. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.